What's up, y'all? This your boy AJ coming live in effect with the news today. Hey, I want to start talking about that NFL. Hey, it's a breaking news. They say they ain't gonna let the boys kneel. Gonna check that out. Also, all these Walmarts starting to close down. What's going on with that? So let's get right to it after the intro. Hey, this is me, your boy AJ. I'm back at the Live in Effect. Hey, I want to talk to you about a couple of things. First thing I want to talk about, breaking news. NFL finally decided to say, hey, we on our boys' side. Them boys can kneel. We fuck what Donald Trump trying to say. We on their side. You know, the NFL commissioner came out today, said, hey, I commend my boys for taking that knee. You know, how do you feel about that? Let's roll that footage.
We begin with breaking news from the NFL. The NFL commissioner coming before the cameras just moments ago here in New York City and revealing that owners today did not ask players to do what the president wants them to do, to stand during the national anthem. Moments ago, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell saying they were not asked to stand, and players who were there at the meetings saying progress was made on bringing attention to the reasons some were kneeling about in the first place. There were protests outside this high-stakes meeting, and ABC's Adrian Bankert leading us off.
Late today, the NFL commissioner coming before cameras to say he did not ask the players to do what the president wants them to do, stand for the national anthem.
Did you get a commitment from the players that they will stand for the anthem? Did you ask for it?
We did not ask for that.
Today, team owners met face-to-face with players at NFL headquarters in New York. Both sides saying it's a step in the right direction.
This was the first time we've gotten a chance to really sit down in front of ownership. We felt like they were receptive. We felt like there was real dialogue.
We spent today talking about the issues that our players have been trying to bring attention to.
It comes after President Trump said this.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out, he's fired.
Today, Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones, who says his players must stand or be benched, confronted by a protester.
Look at the videos of the police getting away with murder and tell me that the players are wrong to protest it.
Darius Butler of the Colts, who has taken a knee in solidarity with protests of racial injustice, says players will make their own call.
It's going to be an individual choice, but I think the ownership and the team and the league is, and the players, I think we're all going in the right direction.
And Adrian Bankert joins us live from New York City tonight outside those meetings. And Adrian, the question tonight, is this final? They're planning on more meetings?
You know what? They are planning on more meetings. The owners and players are expected to get together again to discuss this specifically within the next couple of weeks. But they've got to come up with something definitive. There are still a lot of fans out there who believe that.
Now, let me tell y'all what I think about that. I think your boy, he sat down with his friends, thought about it. Hey, 80% of the league is African American or something minority. It's not all white. So, hey, if I don't get on board with these guys, all these guys gonna start playing. So people gotta realize it's always something to something, the reason why someone do something. Did that make sense? Meaning that, hey, if I don't support these guys gonna stop playing football, my ratings gonna go down, and we gonna lose money as owners. Put that two and two together. Now, what they need to do is, they need to get off their high horse and come back down to reality and get that man a job. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Black men are dying every day. And he was protesting. He was doing it non-violent way. And it was his right as a human being, since he stayed in the United States, and that's part of our rights to protest at will for something that we stand for. So I kind of commend. Let's give him a hand. Give him a round hand. I kind of commend him for coming up and say, you know what, Donald Trump, you ain't gonna run this over here. But at the same time, let's see how sincere he is with this breaking news. On to another news. Have y'all been walking around and driving around and trying to go to Walmart and the Walmart is closed? Well, in my news today, Walmart's been popping up, closing up. They left to right, just closing up, closing up. I don't know about y'all, but I like to shop at Walmart, and they got a lot of my money, so they can't be losing money. So what you think is the reason? Well, conspiracy has come out to saying that Walmart's closing down because they're turning them to Fema camps. Well, let's roll that footage. Check it out.
There's the sound, you guys.
Alright guys, here's Walmart here. I gotta do this quick before security catches me out here. So there's the Walmart, right? So we're back over here in this kind of an empty field. And you'll see how it's kind of looks like there would be what looks like a huge tunnel. See this field, how it's been down? I really don't want to get caught here by security. But if you look, it's just weird how it extends to this land over here. Like, looks like something was dug out, just filled it back over with dirt at one point. So, are there tunnels under Walmart? Absolutely. The red arrows actually follow along the path where I believe would be the tunnel, and where I was at shooting video earlier. You can see the parking lot looks to have new asphalt extended right over the top of what looks to be the tunnels.
Just recently, this black fence just popped up on the other side of the train. You can see these sort of train cars or storage units, but they look like, I don't know, like train tops, if you ask me. Looks like a mobile command center. Over here on the left, I just saw the biggest helicopter I have ever seen. I have never seen so many Walmart trucks in one spot.
Looking over here at this closed Walmart at Pico Rivera, California. That looks like porta potties. I'm gonna look inside and see what they look like. Look like FEMA trailer porta potties. Mission Valley Sanitation. Reminds me of stuff I saw in Iraq. Yep, FEMA style stuff. Over here you see what appears to be NASA on one of their bins. Maybe that's a garbage company or something, but that's pretty strange looking. All the outside is closed off. You can't see inside. I walked up to the front and it's all black trash bagged, blacked out. There's some of the obviously a security camera right there. They're keeping watch on their store, their permanently closed store.
This is Walmart Pico Rivera. Just want you to see. You can see in there completely empty. Completely empty in there. Those are the cash registers and nothing behind there. Absolutely empty. I don't know what's going on in there, but it's completely empty. That whole place is empty.
Jeez Louise. Look at that. Cannons.
Walmart, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Come to take a look at what they got going on. Yeah, they got a secondary security guard. We just watched one go down over here on the ramp and take a cruise through and see what we can see.
It's completely vacant in there. They have plumbing issues. Why are they ripping everything out of the place? That's what I want to know. Look at it, it's gone.
Empty?
Yeah, completely. You can see inside the store and it is completely empty. Why wouldn't you just leave the store the way it is, fix the plumbing issues, put everything back? They've gotten the whole place. I just don't understand why you would need a complete store.
No, I've plumbed Walmarts.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to gut a whole entire store.
This is our Walmart here in Fernley, Nevada. Welcome to Jade Helm Walmart.
Walmart, Midland, Texas. Just got run out of the parking lot by a security guard. Came over here to Roadhouse to eat. Came back out. Saw this on my Wi-Fi.
Wow. Walmart and the Department of Homeland Security. Here we have NBC News right here. Walmart joins Homeland Security terror fights. We're talking NBC News. We're not talking conspiracy theory news here. We're talking NBC News saying this. Okay, and you saw with some of that video footage I just showed that clearly DHS is there and doing things, and very odd things. Even creating tunnels underneath the ground from Walmart to who knows where, right? So obviously you probably have seen this video with Janet Napolitano talking about how Walmart's a partner with DHS. Of course, we all know about this. We know about these odd closings of 2015 where 5 of them closed for plumbing issues. And you saw the footage of the vacated Walmarts, which didn't really make a lot of sense either. And you even had a plumber mention that you don't need to vacate the entire stock of a store to do plumbing. Obviously, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Now we have 154 more closings in America, just the United States, 260 worldwide. Of course, they have thousands upon thousands of stores, but conveniently, all these stores are being closed within sort of southern Jade Helm states. States where you have sort of a independent spirit, people who believe in their Second Amendment rights, those who would actually want to uphold the Constitution, who would fight against tyranny, right? These type of states, and clearly something's going on here. This isn't rocket science. I mean, that footage was kind of disturbing. Some of those things, particularly seeing all those military vehicles, helicopters, military personnel. Yeah, it just seems a little strange, right? Of course, you probably have seen that recent video put out by C. Irvana here. She put out a video that became very viral. And you know what's odd about all this is very few truthers want to cover this topic. It just seems a little odd to me. I mean, really, there are several videos about this topic, but it just seems like very few people will cover it. You have various videos, but it's not usually the standard truther community really covering this topic. It just seems to me. And of course, last year, it was only 5 closings, and maybe at first some people are like, oh, it's just 5 stores. But these 5 closings have now blossomed into 154 for this year. And you saw what type of odd footage we have from various YouTubers here on this topic. It's pretty freaking crazy looking. It really is. And I think there is something to this. The fact that Google accidentally released a map showing all manner of closings within a certain state, just like literally every single Walmart in that state was closed. Then you have an insane amount of surveillance equipment at many of these Walmarts. You're going to see a little bit of footage here I'll show you where it's just like, what in the world is going on here? A lot of people don't want to think about this. I'm not saying that something is going to happen. I look at this maybe in a sense like it's a preventative measure on the part of the government, on the Department of Homeland Security, to quell any type of uprising if certain policies were passed and the people didn't like it and protests were to go a little awry. Then you might have some sort of minor civil unrest or major civil unrest, and maybe in that case they have this plan A, B, C, and D in place, and Walmart's part of it, to where they can easily transition a Walmart into a FEMA camp or whatever type of detention center. There's also a lot of other things. These mobile surveillance towers that have been cropping up at various Walmart locations that just seem really out of place. They're designed for crowd control. I mean, even an old Walmart in Montana being converted into a prison, clearly a Walmart could be potentially converted into something like this. Okay, here's where I want to take your mind. Now, just ask yourself if this makes sense, if this is rational. Okay, you have a country full of citizens who have the Second Amendment rights, and you have people who have guns, you have people who have the internet at their fingertips, people who are very concerned about where our country's going. You have a government that wants more and more control, and you see every day erosion of rights. Things are going south. They're going in the wrong direction. You have a government maybe that doesn't operate under the same principles it used to operate under. It's not so much a Christian country anymore, that's for sure. Usually what happens in these type of countries where God goes out of the picture is the government tries to take the place of God, where the government gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is a common theme among many countries where they reject God, and the next thing you know, you have a dictatorship, right? So when God is thrown out of the picture, the government or the person themselves wants to be their own God. And with that being said, is it too far-fetched to think that if the government wants to have full control over a society, that they wouldn't put in place plans in case of civil unrest, that they may build something secretly? Of course, if they just started building them out in the open, you'd be like, what the heck is this, right? But, if they take an existing building that's already there, it's all throughout the United States, they close them down for plumbing issues, you know what I mean? It makes sense to me. It could be a plan A, B, C, D that the government has in place. You can't pretend that they're stupid. Obviously they're not. They're hoping that you are. Maybe you're kind of mind-numb robot watching TV, watching your favorite reality show, not really paying attention to anything. Oh, let's just sign away our gun rights. Let's sign away every right, and kind of like you watch some of these Mark Dice videos where he has people sign away their lives. Hey, here's a petition to get rid of the First Amendment. Oh, okay, I'll sign it. I mean, this is the kind of retarded people we have in society these days that watch TV all the time and just are stuck on their laptops, or on their iPhones, on their tablets, and it's like all they care about is what they are doing. They're not really concerned about society because they've been lulled to sleep. This is what we're talking about here, and obviously you're not one of those people, or you wouldn't be watching this video. But, there's a lot of people around you like this. And, I mean, they're not paying attention to this. They're not paying attention to this at all. And, it's something that we should be concerned about. We should be thinking about this. What's going on here, right? Do I think they're going to round everybody up? Well, maybe it could happen if there's some sort of huge civil unrest. That's kind of how I'm thinking it would play out. I don't think it's something like they're setting it up so they can round us up later or something like that. I think it's more like a plan B or something, where if things go wrong, we got these things in place, to take care of the problem. That's how I look at it.
All right, then, y'all, I'm back. What y'all think about that? Leave comments in the box below. What I think about that is, hey, look who we got in the office for president. That's all I can say about that. You better prepare, open your eyes up. Hey, every day is something new. Might be not. You got people breaking into spots, trying to find out if it's a camp. They say it's one right here in Dallas area. I haven't seen it yet. Hey, I would like to see it. I don't want to stay in that motherfucker, but I would like to check it out myself. I'm the type of person that I have to see it for myself to believe it. So, with that being said, I saw it for myself in video. I kind of feel like it's going to be true. I have been seeing tanks and pieces for airplanes going back and forth around my area. So, therefore, I feel like we're eventually going to be at war. So, this could be true. Because we got a man in office that's all about being a bully and not about being a leader. So, with that being said, hey, we might be at war. We might need them FEMA camps. You know, it might, you know, history repeat itself. Y'all like to repeat fashion. So shit, what make you think that history won't repeat itself? So I kind of believe that, you know. And if you like what you see in my video, this your boy AJ. Come back to you live in effects next week with some more news. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, I'll let you later.